Hi everyone, welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Saturday, so we are going to do our Saturday color and chat. So what we're coloring today, of course, is the Creative Havens Christmas Charm by Teresa Goodridge. And we're going to be coloring this wonderful page today. Well, some of it anyway. I can't guarantee that I'll get it all done because I never do. And I'm going to be using the new set of Deli colored pencils that I just recently reviewed on the channel. And I've got the chat disappeared again on me. So, hi, Barb. So glad you could make it. So I'm just going to let people arrive for a little bit here, and then we will get to coloring. And excuse me, I think I need more coffee. But this book is a wonderful little book. This is the first page of the book. And I did do a flip through of this book, and we will be using this book quite a bit throughout the holidays. Well, I can't say quite a bit because I've got I really want to color in. So we will be using this book off and on, depending upon what we have going on in other books, of course. Excuse me. That tickle is not going away. Coffee isn't seeming to help. So, where to start? Where to start? How is everybody today? And how was everybody's Thanksgiving? Oh, actually, you know what I need to do? I should have done it already. I'm just not prepared this morning or something. I don't know. Trying to do so many things all at once. But I need to take the color chart out so that I know what colors I'm using. That's good to hear, Barb. Thank you so much for all the assistance with getting the channel out there, Barb. I really do appreciate that. And as you all have probably noticed, we're up to 90 subscribers. Hi, Tracy. So glad you could make it. How's your finger? Tracy did the same thing that I did to my thumb to her finger, was cutting carrots and cut her thumb, but she cut her finger, but she did it a lot worse than I did on my thumb. Darn carrots. I swear the vegetables are out to get us. I'm glad it's getting better, Tracy. So I'm going to start with number 136, I do believe, yes, which is a pale, really light blue. And I'm just going to add a little bit to the snow, just the edges of the snow, so it looks like it's iced. And I think that's where we're going to start, is maybe on the snow, because there's so much of it. I know it's not thrilling to get a little amount of color that comes off, but I'm going to switch you over to the other camera. Yeah, exactly. Carrots are trying to kill us. Switch you over to the other camera and turn the light on. Oh, maybe not that bright. Maybe I'll leave the light off. There. Yeah, I think we all had a conspiracy of carrots last week. I was going to make them for Thanksgiving dinner, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. That and by the time I got to the carrots, I already had so much food going on that there was really no point for 4 people. I always make enough to feed an army. And once you get the light blue down, if you don't feel that there's enough color there, just grab a bit of a darker blue, a brighter blue. I'm just going to use this one here because it's more aquatic. This is 137. Yeah. Sometimes, the details are a lot easier to color than the abundance. But there's so much snow. And I'm just going to color this part here on the fence and the gate, because I'm going to color the fence and the gate and the walkway. I'm just going to give it a bit of a darker shade of blue there. And you can do the dark areas first, and that's normally what I do, but I felt that that light blue wasn't quite dark enough. Oh, that's good, Tracy. I'm glad the stitches come out next week. That means that it's healing nicely. This is such a cute picture. I want this wall and entrance into my yard. Keep all the neighbors' dogs off my lawn. Yeah, I was intending on using my jelly roll, my white jelly roll. I don't use Posca a lot. I just had a bad experience with it when I first started coloring, and I just haven't used it since. I really probably should try it again, but under the little bird here, there's a little bird there. It's so tiny, I didn't even notice it. There's little birds everywhere in this picture. Most of them I saw, that one I missed. Just doing the shadow areas of the snow where it's touching things, because, sometimes with snow after it's built up, ice is over a little bit. And of course, I'll go over this with white, which will dull it down quite a bit if it's too bright. So, wow, we have 4 people with us today. That's wonderful. And I do have my Nightbot buddy running as well, so you'll probably see little advertisements of make sure that you like the video. Leave me a comment when you're all done with the video. And of course, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. We do have a challenge going on right now, working on getting the channel up to 100 subscribers. And once we do that, I will be establishing my presence in Facebook and opening a channel page. So my subscribers and anybody else in Facebook Most of my friends that color can all join up in the Facebook group and show off their works in progress, their Saturday color along pictures and everything else, so that we have a place to hang out other than here on Saturday. It'll be a very casual group, no drama. And the information for the channel will be going up on that group instead of my personal page, stuff like that. And that keeps my personal page a little bit clearer. Oh, that's cool. So my problem with Posca when I first used it is it seemed to not have any color. Is it because I didn't mix it enough, or, was it just a bad pen? It just seemed to absorb the color that I had put it on top of, and there was no white. Like when you first put it down, it was white, but by the time it dried, it was the same color as what I put it on top of. So it really frustrated me, and I don't know if it was my own lack of knowledge of how to use it, or if it was the pen. I have no idea. All I know is it frustrated the heck out of me. And once I get frustrated with something, it takes me a long time to go back to it. So now I'm going to use 143, and I'm going to do the holly leaves here, just the outer edges in the center, little nibby. And I have sharpened all of these pencils already, so they still have a really good point on them. If you're trying to do this really detailed work into these little tiny areas, I would suggest sharpening the pencil to a really fine point. Okay. Yeah, it just got really irritating to me, so I just didn't continue with it. I actually threw my Posca pen out recently because it had been sitting in my bag for so long, unused, and it just leaked everywhere. I don't think I put the cap on it right or something. So I ended up throwing it away. I've got so many of the jelly rolls. I'll wait until those are all gone before I delve back into the Posca. But I see everybody uses them and doesn't have a lot of issues with everything looking white. Everything looks fantastic when somebody else is using it. So how was your holiday, Tracy? How was Thanksgiving? Hopefully somebody else cut the carrots. My boys actually, really surprised me this year and did most of the cleanup. They didn't do the dishes part, but they got all the food put away. I was quite surprised. And very happy because normally they don't do that for me. Normally they eat, thank me for feeding them, and run off to have a nap. Go into a tryptophan coma, and I get left cleaning everything up. We have a large puppy that, well, she's not a puppy anymore, that if we don't clean everything up immediately after dinner, she will get up onto the counter and get into things. No matter what we do, she just seems to not get it in her head that that's a no-no. Yeah, absolutely. I didn't have carrots either. It's like, nope, nope. I think we'll just go without the carrots. Usually we have honey carrots with a little bit of um, nutmeg, and I didn't even do them this year. Well, that was nice. It's always good when the spouse helps. All right, so I think we're going to use 145, which is a medium green for the rest of these parts of the holly. And they've got little holly berries hidden everywhere, so be careful when you're coloring this part. I just think I just covered up a berry in green, so it gets to be a green berry. I'm really impressed with these Dali colored pencils, though. They seem to be covering really nicely. And I printed off this page with one of the freebies so that I could test these on the cardstock, and they're doing really nicely. Really impressed. This is the first actual picture that I've colored with them. Been so busy lately. Just doesn't seem to have enough time for everything. They do seem to blend into the other color pretty good too. Now we're going to take this light green. We're just going to lighten up some of those areas that I'd say the light is hitting, but on a snowy day, there's not a whole lot of light, is there? But we still want to lighten it up a little bit anyway. Yeah, exactly. 'Tis the season of busy. But that's the worst thing is I'm not busy outside of the house. I've got so many things going on. My son and a friend of mine have talked me back into playing a video game, which I don't mind. I like the game, but I'm not getting a whole lot done on it because I have other priorities elsewhere. It's cutting into my coloring time, so she's probably watching it going, it's not my fault, it's your kid's fault. But I don't mind. I like the game, and I like the part of the game that we're playing right now, so it's actually fun. And that's the main thing, right? So I just have to learn how to manage my time a little better. Time management. I'm not very good with that. Terrible at time management. Seems to get away from me. Time just seems to get away from me sometimes, especially when I'm coloring. And it's the same sort of problem. Oh, is that thing on? Don't know why it auto focuses. It's World of Warcraft. I used to play it. I haven't played in a couple of years. And they came out with a new expansion recently. I figured I'd give it a try. So there's the Nightbot, reminding everyone to, of course, like, comment, and subscribe. It will also be putting out a reminder that we do contests and so forth, and sometimes the expenses of shipping and handling can be a little bit much. So if you do want to help us out with those, there is a PayPal account that you can definitely put a monetized donation in, and that will go directly to the channel towards any sort of contests we're having or shipping for contests that we've already got the prizes for. Yes, the holiday events in WoW are wonderful. Hi, Devisa. Devisa. I one of these days I will stop saying your name wrong. You'd think after the amount that we have talked, I'd be able to say your name properly, and I still can't. One of these days you'll have to come visit and kick me. Yeah, I love the holiday events. Well, if you do decide to play again, let me know. Because my kids talked me into it. I'm going to talk everybody in my coloring channel to play WoW. No, absolutely. And I know Barb's already colored this part, but she says to me, she says, I thought I didn't have the picture, then realized it was the first picture in the book, and I've already colored the holly in it, so, which is wonderful. Her holly's probably much better looking than mine right now. I've got eraser stuff underneath my page. Could have swore I wiped that down, but like I said, time gets away from you. And I'm going to turn the camera just a little bit here so you guys can see what I'm doing. Yeah, I know a lot of people do it, but even my husband calls you by properly. Yeah, he's always correcting me. I'm just terrible with names. I always butcher them. All right. I'm just going to get this holly done here, and then we'll work on the fence line and everything else. Figured since I have the colors in my hand already, I'll get this part done. Yes, that is very true. Your name is not a common name at all. You are very unique. How is your eye feeling today? Hi, Dan. Thanks for joining me. How's Sam doing? Oh, that is very good. I'm glad it wasn't hurting throughout the night. At least give you a little bit of sleep. Good. I'm glad she's getting better. Was worried about her there for a little while. But she's in good hands. Okay, I'm just gonna. Hate it when they do different things with the leaves. And I think I just colored a part of the fence green. Oh well. Okay, so we've got that done. Now we're just gonna, we did the outline. Now we're gonna, of course, put in the darker green, medium green, and then we'll put the lighter green over top. And blend it all together. These pencils are really nice. They're blending so nicely. I'm really impressed. How was your Thanksgiving? I know it was probably pretty tough with Sam being sick, but Dan. Hopefully the kids pulled it all together for you. And he's probably going, you would know all this if you were watching my channel. But I have not been watching your channel lately because I just haven't had a lot of time lately. Because I keep on filling up my time with all sorts of things and running out of it. There are sometimes not enough hours in the day to do everything I want to do. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad your community was helping out. I know you have a really strong community out there, so. So I'm just going in a little bit darker in some of these shadow areas before I put that light yellow down, because it's brightening up the other green, but it's washing out the dark green a little bit because I went really light with it. And Dan hit a wonderful milestone in his channel recently and got up over 500 subscribers. Absolutely, no problem whatsoever. Dan is a friend of ours from the 3D printing community, and he has a channel, and I think it's DB3D, isn't it? Is your channel? But it's a wonderful channel. It's just a bunch of guys that are hanging out and talking and doing a little bit of 3D printing along the way. Very, very nice people. All right, so we're almost done the holly part here, and I will be moving on to the berries soon. As soon as I get this holly looking like holly. So if any of you want to take a look at, some of the guys and gals of the 3D printing community, one of which I featured on um, one of my Thankful Thursdays, which is a wonderful woman that creates different cosplay and a bunch of other 3D printed things, such as my marker holders. And I left a link to her site in the comment section of that Thankful Thursday video. And Dan is another one from our 3D printing community, and he does all sorts of videos of just everyday life and hanging out. What's going on with different printers. He's got his office all set up now, so maybe he'll be coming out with some nice printing content soon. Things just keep on getting in the way, and that's part of life. So, but if you want to, support the 3D printing community, by all means, those are definitely two of the great ones to start with. Another one is one of our members here, our subscribers here in the Coloring Corner, and that is a wonderful, wonderful girl that you're just working on things really quick there, Barb. You are so quick. I'm so slow. But Devin is another one of my friends that is a part of the 3D printing community, as well as a part of the robotics community. And she is just such smart as a whip. She is such a smart girl. So I'm going to keep these greens out because I've got another thing of holly on the other side there. But I'm going to try to keep the camera on one area because it is having issues. It is trying to focus constantly, and I have the autofocus off. So I don't know why it's doing that. But what I was saying about the 3D printing community is on my Work in Progress Wednesday that's coming up. It's going to be interesting for them as well because I'm actually going to be coloring a 3D printed model. So that should be fun because my husband printed me this wonderful little model that one of the 3D printing designers created just for me. So that is what's coming up on Work in Progress Wednesday. Because hopefully I'll have this picture done by then. If not, that's fine too. We can move on to it next Saturday. If I don't have it done by then, which would be silly. Since starting this channel, I've never had so many work in progresses going on at once. Yeah, it should be fun. I think I have grabbed the wrong red, which is fine. The berries are small. Oh, we have so many cool things happening in the channel right now. We've got, of course, the challenge to get the channel up to 100. And once we get that happening and move it, we'll get everything moved over to Facebook so that we have our own channel Facebook so that everybody can join us there. And then we're going to have that wonderful Christmas party coming up. And that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm working on different games to play, and I've got a ton of different things to give away. Wonderful prizes. My husband has printed me 2 more colored pencil holders in red and green this time for the holiday season. So those will be cool to work with. So yeah, it should be a great time. I can't wait. And Barb has been doing some wonderful footwork for me and getting the channel name out there, and it's a fun channel. I like it. I love the people that have come to visit. Everybody's so nice and so helpful. And we've got a couple of different things in the works for other Sundays, but that's a secret, so I can't tell you yet. All sorts of things going on. Well, thank you, Dan. That was very, very nice of you. And you keep up the printing and hanging out, and you know, keep that wife of yours happy, comfortable, and healing. Because we want her back coloring with us. Dan's daughter, one of the giveaways that I put out in the previous website, YouTube channel that I was on, and I didn't even know it was his daughter until afterwards. I was quite surprised because they don't have the same last name. All right, so I've got the holly done. I'm going to move on to the ribbon here. I'm just going to color these dark areas with the darker color. All right. Yeah, absolutely. And I really do appreciate that, Barbara. It makes me feel good that people want to put my name out there and put my videos out there. You know, it makes me feel good that anybody wants to even watch me, never mind you. You know, it makes me feel really special when people bring their friends to visit too. Oh, well, thank you very much for joining us, Sonia. See, Barb, it worked. I hope you enjoy it, you know, the videos and the stream and that sort of thing. Of course, remember to be a subscriber. Any of the contests or anything like that that we're running only apply to subscribers of the channel. You must be a subscriber to be eligible for any of the contests. So, and in the USA because of different shipping restrictions at this point in time. So I'm just doing up the bow here. And I'm going to, of course, take that lighter red as well and go over the bow and bring some of that lighter color in. I'm also going to do the edges of the bow in gold. So all right. Oh, of course, I'm pushing down on the paper so it doesn't move on y'all, and push too hard and for too long and my finger stuck. So I'm actually going to take a little bit of this reddish orange, which is number 114, and I'm just going to go over the areas that should be a little bit lighter because they're out of the shadows. Now, of course, it is snowing, so there isn't a lot of light coming from the sky or anything like that. Up here on the house where there's lights, it will be a little bit different. But down here on the walkway, there's not a lot of light. But there's still enough daylight there to give a bit of a different lighting on the exposed areas of the bow. So I'm just going over that with a little bit of orange just to give it a bit of light. And of course, I'll take my jelly roll and put in the highlights and stuff like that. So afterwards. That looks awfully orange on the screen, but it's not on my paper, so. Yeah, there's a little tiny birdie here, and a little tiny birdie here, and a little tiny birdie here. There's 3 in this general area alone. And then there's one up on the rooftop here, and then there's 2 more on the other side of the rooftop. So yeah, there's lots of little tiny birdies everywhere. And I almost colored over this poor guy up here. So I'm going to take my gold. Actually, first I'm going to take my yellow. So that when I go over it with the gold, it will show a little bit more yellow. This gold's a little bit brown. And for anyone that is new to the channel, that are here visiting with us, I have a schedule for my channel so that everybody knows what day certain videos are coming out. We have the Collection Mania Monday, and what that is I have a whole bunch of different colored pencil sets from different manufacturers, and I go through one of the sets on Collection Mania Monday. And I have been going through those on alphabetical order. But as the collection grows, it and I add new ones, sometimes I end up out of order because if it's a B, or right now I'm in the B's, then I have to go back to the B area just to do that one new one into the collection. So sometimes it gets a little out of order, and for some reason in the album that they're in, there's a playlist just for Collection Monday, Collection Mania Monday, and I don't know why, but the order is a little off, and I have put the old videos from the previous channel in there. However, I will be removing those as I add the new ones for those pencils, because I am redoing them all from A. I was all the way up to P, so as I get up there, I will be removing those ones. Nice. Yeah, the Black Widows are really lovely. Yeah, I really like them. I've been coloring with them quite a bit. Their color system is really hard to understand sometimes and hard to get a hang of. But once you do, it's not so hard. But going from one different set of pencils to the next, to me is difficult with the Black Widows, because I'm going from things with normal color names into things with really fun color names, but not as normal. And it messes up my brain a little bit. Now I'm going to do the bricks, I think. Now I'm going to leave the top. No, I do it red too. I'm just going to do the edges of them a little bit red, and then I'll do the brick red on top of it, because there is a brick red color, and that's number 60. 159 is the one I'm using right now. So I'll add a little bit of 158 and a little bit of 160 and get that brick color. Just putting in the shadow area right now. Yeah, I got a really good sale when I got my Black Widows when the Monarchs came out. And I hit a really good sale where I was able to buy all of them all at once, except for the skin tones. I already had the skin tones. But I was able to get all of them at once for quite inexpensive, so I was quite happy with that. Now, one of the things that you will notice on my channel, for anybody that is new, is I don't do a lot in marker. I am slowly branching out into it, but I don't do a lot in it. My preferred medium is colored pencil, but I do some work in it, and I do some experimenting in it, as well as with the water-based markers and stuff like that. So those sorts of videos will be done on um, Work in Progress Wednesday, which is a live channel, as well as the Saturday Color Along, which you're in right now, which is also a live channel. So that, if I'm having troubles with something, I'll ask, so if I'm going to do something that I'm not sure of or I haven't used before, I'm going to do a live stream on it so that you guys can help me. Yeah, very, very true. They may be keeping some of them out off the Black Friday sale so that they have something to put on sale for Cyber Monday. And of course, this is the best time of year to get those kind of sales too. So another one of my video segments that I do is called Tips and Tricks Tuesday. And what I do during those videos, of course, is I go through and I show what I know and how I know how to do something that I've been asked to show. Like this coming Tips and Tricks Tuesday, I'm going to be coloring glass. I think I'm going to do a snow globe. Yeah, absolutely nothing on my wish list went on sale either. Not that I could see anyway, and not in any quantity or whatnot that would make it worth buying. Of course, I'm not buying anything right now. I'm not allowed. So it is an agreement that me and my husband have during the holidays so that we don't ruin each other's Christmases. Well, so that we don't ruin our own Christmas by buying something that our spouse has bought us for Christmas. Yes, that has happened. It is quite frustrating. It has not happened this year, but it has happened in the past, and it is very, very frustrating. And I just broke the tip of that pencil. I just threw it across the room. I just throw it at anywhere. So I'm just going to sharpen that up again. And of course, I'm using the Dial 133. Wonderful, wonderful pencil sharpener. And then... Hey, Ren. Welcome to the Saturday Color and Chat. How are you today? Hey, Penny. Thank you. Yeah, this is a wonderful sharpener, and just a quick little secret is there is a prize package that is going to be available for our Christmas party. that has one of those in it. I will be on hopefully the next Saturday color along, going through and showing you the prize packages if I have everything here, because I don't have all of it in yet. So, but we have some really good prize packages. Which is going to be so much fun. And that is going to be on a Sunday, a special Sunday. And that's another day that we have in the works, where I'm going to have different special things happening, either a Christmas party or a color along with contests or just a game night, things like that. Possibly even some special guests coming to visit. But we'll never know until then. I don't like guaranteeing things until it happens. So, and we have, I've talked to a couple of people, and we're working on different things to get it all set up and ready to go for everybody, so that everybody could have fun. And that's basically what I try to do here, is I try to make it as fun as possible, as well as keep it in the realm of everybody knowing what I'm doing, as well as being able to learn a little bit from each other. I learned so much from YouTube when I first started coloring, and I think I owe that to the community. The pencils I'm using are the Deli, sorry. So I'm using the Deli pencils that I just got recently. No need to cry over it. It's a wonderful road. Just make it a road. It'll be fine. Penny is coloring a beautiful picture. And that's one thing I love about coloring, is no matter how you see something, somebody else is going to see it completely differently than you are. And when I looked at the picture, I saw a winding little river, and when Penny looked at the picture, she saw a fantastic little road. And I think she did a wonderful job on it. And just with a couple of little tweaks, she can make sure that everybody else sees it as a road and not a muddy river. But she has done a wonderful job. Hi, Neri. Thank you for joining us. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day so far today. I know I am. Although I've got a bit of a frog in my throat for some reason today. I think I need more coffee. Just haven't had enough coffee yet today. All right, so I'm just coloring in these bricks, and I'm trying to make them as brick-like as possible. And I'm using 4 different colors while doing this. I'm using 161, 160, 158, and $1.59 for anybody that is coloring along with the deli colored pencils. And I have a new colored pencil that I'm going to be reviewing in a couple of days. That it hasn't come in yet, but Barb showed them to me, and I'd never heard of them before, so we'll see how those turn out. Hopefully they turn out lovely, because I love new colored pencils. There's so many new manufacturers out now. It's amazing how much is out there now. And then, of course, we've got Christmas coming up, and I have all sorts of wonderful things on my Christmas wish list. So, although with my washer and dryer dying, I think I've pretty much got my Christmas wish list eliminated. So we'll see. I ended up getting a new washer and dryer for Thanksgiving and Christmas with the cost of them. I haven't had to buy appliances in a while because we bought the house with brand new appliances. So when we do have to buy a new appliance, I'm always shocked at how expensive they are. Yes, you do. And I appreciate that so much, Penny. Penny is a new colorist. She just started coloring a little while ago, but her work is absolutely gorgeous. I wish I was that good when I first started. Because, yeah, I wasn't even close to that good. Her pictures are always so pretty. Sometimes makes me a little jelly. You see stuff just fine, and it is a fantastic road. So keep on trying to explain to her is everybody sees everything differently. And it's the fun part of coloring is you get to see it through someone else's eyes. And I just love that. Oh, thank you. Yes, I was quite proud of that one. I wasn't too happy with the fact that I couldn't get the sparkles to shine, but I loved how that turned out. All right, so we're almost done with the bricks on this side, and then we'll move on to, we'll do the grout and whatnot, and then move on to the gate. Oh, you're fine, Penny. She will probably feel the same way that I do, is everybody sees it differently. And it's always wonderful to see how somebody else would color something. I used to get when I found out that Selena Finish, and I hope I'm saying her name right, was actually a part of the coloring community that I joined for her work when I first started coloring, and I was so nervous all the time about posting in the because as far as I was concerned, I was not worthy. And when I first started coloring, I really wasn't. But she was always very gracious and very loving, pointing out the things that she really enjoyed about my picture, and which is just so cool. Yes, I've got quite a few of Ruth Saunders' books right now that we're going to be working in for Christmas and all of that fun stuff. I can't wait to see what you do with those watercolor pencils, Penny. I really can't. I know that you'll make those Arteza pencils sing, but I can't wait to see what you do with those watercolor pencils. Yes, absolutely. And that's why I go through and try to like as many pictures as I can throughout the communities that I'm in, because sometimes that one little like or that one little comment can make people just make their day. And I know when people comment on mine or like mine, it makes me giddy inside that somebody actually liked what I was doing. Yeah, I have a few. We're not going to count those, Barb. I have a few pencils that make it look more like a hoard than but I just call it my collection because that's what it is. Exactly. And you see when you see somebody else's coloring, you can see the way they see. You have a part of their vision, and you're seeing their vision, which is so cool. It's one of my favorite things about coloring is no matter what variation or what level of artist you think you are, it's your vision. And to show somebody your vision is so cool. Yeah, I haven't been working my Kirby Roseanne books. Like I said, I'm just so out of time all the time right now. I have the Worlds Within Worlds and the Color Morphia book, and I'm just so sad to say that I have just not been too active in them. And I have so many different work in progresses going on, and I will get to them one day. That's the only thing I can say is, they're so detailed and so beautiful. It takes me forever to color them. Exactly. There's the worst critic in your life is yourself, especially when it comes to coloring. Um, like I said, everybody looks at things differently, and to see the way somebody else looks at something is so cool to me. I love seeing other people's visions, I guess. All right. So we've got the And I like showing you guys my visions too. And if it helps anybody with anything, then I like it even more. Yeah, exactly. When there's a lot of details, I definitely prefer coloring with my pencils. When I want to color something really quick and really easy and just put color to paper and get my mind off of something, I will use my markers. And I do have lots of markers. I just, I'm not as proficient with them. I don't have as much control. So yeah, absolutely. And Tracy, you color beautifully, and like I said to you, and I've said to many other people, when I talk to them about it, when they're discouraged by their product, is it's your vision, it's your coloring. You can do with it what you like. If you want to color this gate purple, color it purple. Color it in any way that you want to color it. It is your vision, and you're showing the world the way you see it and the vision you had. And that's all that matters. I'm, however, going to color the fence and gate brown because I have no vision. And I'm going to use number 156 to do it. But all of you, every single one of you, I've seen uh, Penny's, and I've seen Barb's, and I've seen Tracy's coloring, as well as anybody else in any of my other communities that I'm a part of. And all of you have your own unique visions and put them to paper beautifully. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Just to make you all feel awkward. And Davissa is like, her pictures of Heather Valentine's are just so beautiful. I've always been a little afraid of coloring Heather's stuff. And, both Davissa and Penny color her stuff, and it's just beautiful. I'm not very good with, wasn't very good with skin tones for the longest time. I'm getting much better with them, but still worry that I'm going to mess it up. Thank you, Davissa. I've colored a couple of her pictures, but not too many. Like I said, I always worry I'm going to mess it up, and it's taken me a while to get my bearings with skin tones. Although I must say, I am much prouder of what I have done lately in my skin tones than I used to be. So that's progress, right? Yes, your first three pieces were Heather Valentine, and they were so, so nice. Okay, so we've got 154. Yeah, 154. Yeah, hair is difficult. though I did learn recently in the past 6 months, um, that once you get a base down, a lot of artists will provide you with the direction. So that hair and fur is a little bit easier once you learn the direction that the artist wants the hair to go, or is showing you the way that the hair goes. And I think it's also the fact that I'm not purchasing or not coloring um, anyone that doesn't provide that definition, that direction. I'm not very good with knowing where it should go. Exactly. It's, you know, I'm always disclaim in all of my videos is all of these techniques that I'm showing, or everything that I've learned along the way. Some of them I've figured out on my own, but most of them I've already learned the same way that you're learning now from a different YouTuber. I watched YouTube video after YouTube video and after YouTube video, and just added it to my own way of doing it. Sometimes it works for me, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah. Yeah, skin is a hard one. And I've done a couple of videos, which I know you've already watched, on skin, and sometimes it's just a hard one to get a hold on. But once you figure out the first couple of layers, it's pretty simple. It's just getting the knowledge, especially if you have a lot of different colored pencils, on which colors to use for those first couple of layers for your shadows and whatnot. Because I would never have thought of using green or pale purple when I first started coloring skin, because those are not, as far as I'm concerned, skin colors. But they are, if you actually look at your skin, they are definitely skin tones. So same with orange. I never thought of using orange on a skin tone, but there is definitely orange skin tones, which is really cool. All right. So I'm just going to do the other post here, and then we'll move on to the gate. And I think, because we're already reaching into 2.5 hours, depending upon what time it is when I'm done with this post, we might call it for the day. Usually I try not to be more than an hour and a half at most, because I know everybody has other things that they need to be doing, and other, don't want to sit and watch me for hours on end, because I can sit here and color all day and talk to y'all. So I like to limit it so I'm not being a pest at this point. I've had people tell me that watching me color is very relaxing, though, so. No, there isn't. Well, there is. It's just, I prefer to ignore those things, like housework. But I do have to feed my husband at some point, because he gets hangry. And he's probably watching going, I do not. but he knows he does. It's not like I have to do it. It's just something I normally do on Saturday and Sundays. I make him lunch. Something I enjoy doing other than coloring and playing video games. Although I am noticing that I have less time since I started playing my video game again. So how many other than Barb, because I know Barb is, but how many other people visiting are actually coloring along? Pretty sure Divissa is because she's awfully quiet. Yeah, I've got to think about dinner too, Tracy. I have to take things out. Take things out of the freezer. Actually, I've got enough turkey left. I could probably just do something with turkey. Well, I'm glad that you're coloring along with me. Yeah, the bricks can be a little finicky. It all depends upon the colors that you want to show in them. Ooh, that sounds good, Penny. I like soup. If I go quiet, just, you know, don't mind me. I get into a little bit of a zone where I'm going, oops, I forgot to do something, and then I try to do it quickly and trying not to mess it up while I'm doing it quickly. And I forgot to outline the definition in the wood, so it didn't look right to me. Absolutely, and that's the most important thing, Penny. Is choose things to cook that will allow you to color all day long. Those are my favorite types of meals. My husband's not overly fond of soup, so and sometimes I have to say to him, tough, because I like soup. But most of the time, I just cook something that he likes too. I don't even think it's the fact that he doesn't like soup. I think it's the fact he just doesn't like the noise it makes. I guess he grew up with slurpers. I don't like slurpers either, so. All right. Now, I'm just gonna blend this a little bit because I've got too much color in certain areas, not enough color in other areas, so I'm just going to blend it down a little bit. And I'm using a Prisma blend. No, this is my Derwent blender. And it seems to be working quite well on this Deli pencils. So now, of course, this side here is a little bit too light. I hate it when I don't get them even on each side. You're not going to eat the oyster stew? Penny doesn't like oysters. All right, I'm just adjusting the different colors that I've already put down to even them out so that they don't look different on each side. And they're, of course, going to look different because, there is no identical pieces of wood, so they will always look different. But I wanted to get the colors pretty close to the same, so just adjusting those a little bit. And that's the great thing about colored pencils, and why I really, really enjoy coloring with them a little bit more than any other medium, is they're easy to control. If you've got too much color on, erase it. If you don't have enough color on, add it. If it's not equaling out, add a little bit more of this, a little bit more of that, and off you go. I'm using the Deli colored pencils for this. And Deli is one of those wonderful little brands that are hidden little gems that seem to be working out beautifully. Like I said, this is the first actual full picture that I've colored with them, and they are just going down so pretty. And they're blending so well together. Oh, thank you. Okay, so we are reaching the 1.5 hour mark. It's a beautiful book. And yes, I wonder who first told me about getting them, Davisa. Yeah, and absolutely, that's the wonderful thing about coloring, is you can do it any color you like. I really, really like the look of brick. I would love to have a nice red brick wall around my house. It would just thrill me to bits. Yeah, you didn't do nothing. It wasn't me. Well, thank you very much for enabling me into buying them. And, they were not expensive. They're a lovely, wonderful pencil. And when I bought them, I got them on sale really cheap, and then I added a coupon. And by the time I was done, they were super inexpensive. So And of course, Nightbot is letting us know, of course, that if you want to help us out with a donation, you can do so by contacting me through the PayPal me. You can give a monetary donation to the channel and it will go to the channel. It goes towards any shipping, any sort of prizes that we're going to put out and that sort of thing. So if you want to do a monetary donation, you can do so through the PayPal me /Renee Carnes. Of course, like, comment, and subscribe to the videos. If you enjoyed the content of this video, make sure that you hit that like button, and of course, hit the like button on any of the videos that you enjoy. If you have any suggestions for me or any sort of information that I may have missed, make sure that you hit the comments. I do check them every single time there is a comment made, and I do respond to them. So make sure that if you want to ask me something or if you want to add something to the video itself, that you make that comment so that I can see it. Also, if you're not already a subscriber to the channel, please do subscribe and hit the bell. The bell will tell you whenever I have any sort of content coming out, as well as, when I give you any sort of information on the page itself. Once we get to a certain point with our channel, we will be able to have a community page on YouTube, as well as the community page that we're going to be setting up on Facebook. Once I get that channel on Facebook or community page set up on Facebook, I will let you all know. Like I said, I am waiting until we hit 100 subscribers, so make sure that you do hit that subscribe so that we can reach that mile point. With all of that said, I hope that you enjoyed the coloring, and I really hope you enjoyed the conversation. And if you have anything that you want to see colored or anything that you would like to see reviewed, let me know and I will do my best to see if we can make that happen. I can be reached, of course, on Facebook. You can message me. It's Renee Carnes. And, anybody in the chat right now, all know how to reach me there. As well, Davisa, I do really hope that each and every one of you have a fantastic day. Always remember to relax, color, and stay safe. Until next time, have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season and a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye for now.